Okay guys, so let's talk about your quiz from yesterday. We're going to go over the answers to your quiz. I'm going to walk through each one of them. You have this piece of paper in front of you. You should be filling out and writing down exactly what I do, whether you got it right or got it wrong. I want you to double check it and make sure that you know how to do it and that you didn't just happenstancely get the correct answer. First thing that I would do is read the question, fill in the blanks to complete the following statement about the line that can be described by the equation 4x plus y equals -2. Now, if we look at it, our y-intercept equation is y equals mx plus b. Our equation is not in that form. So if we write 4x plus y equals -2, we can see that I have a hole here and I have something extra on this side. So first thing I would do would be to move that 4x to the other side, not forgetting to put our line down the middle. Okay? These will cancel out, and we get y equals -4x minus 2. Now, we have 4 pieces to this equation. There's an input, an output, a slope, and our y-intercept. Our y-intercept is -2 because it is the number at the end of our equation. It is always the number that does not have a variable attached to it. Our slope is always the other number in our equation, and it is only the number. So it is just -4. Okay? Now if I were to make a table, what would we label this side of our table? We would label it x. And what would we label this side? Y. So there's our input and our output. Input's going to be on the left because it's the first thing. We input here and we get an output over here. So our input is x and our output is y. Does anyone have any questions on that? Okay, moving on to the next piece. So it says, fill in the ordered pairs below to show the points the line passes through. Write the answers in decimal form if needed. Now, I recommend that because we need to find the answers for a couple of these, that we go through and we make our table. Okay? And I'm going to go and do the positive table first. So I'm going to go from 1 all the way up to 5, just in case. Okay? We have, when we go from 1, we go over to 1. When we go up, how far do we have to go up until we intersect this line that we are given? Okay? And we go up 1. Let's not forget to label x and y. Okay? Now let's do 2. When I go over to 2, how far up do I go? I go up to 4. Okay? Let's do 3. Over to 3, I have to go all the way up to 7. Now, we should start noticing a pattern. And we should get to see that every time that I am adding 1 over here, I am adding 3 to this side. Okay? So as I add 1 over here, I add 3 over on the other side. So when I add 1 to get to 4 over here, I'm going to add 3 to get to my next one. So I'll have 10. And as I add 1 over here, I'm going to add another 3 and get 13. Okay? Now that fills in one of our sections. So we had that when y is 13, what is x? And we just figured it out. It is 5. Okay? We also figured out, oh, what is x when y is 1? We figured out that it is also 1. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to do the negatives, because now we have -1 to -4. So we're going to do our x and our y table, and I'm going to go -1, -2, -3, and -4. Okay? When I go to -1 and I scroll down, I'm at -5. Okay? When I go over to -2, and go down, I can see that I'm at -8. Okay, now we are continuing on with the exact same pattern. So up here we were adding 3, but because we're going in the negative direction, we are going to be subtracting 3. So each time we subtract 1 here, we're going to subtract 3 over here. So as I subtract 1 on this side, I'm going to subtract 3 on this side. So I get -11. Okay. And as we go down here, we're going to subtract 1. We're going to subtract 3, and we would get -14. Okay. So when x is -1, y is -5. And when x is -4, y is -14. Any questions? Okay, let's pause there just to make sure we don't have any questions we want to ask.